Hello, all. Good afternoon. Welcome to the live draw. High noon live draw. Welcome, Bullet, Santa Raven, Shabby, Joseph, if you're still here. Yeah. Today is the first time we are doing Cross Comics fan art contest. Basically, I'm drawing my character Leo. So over the next week, you guys can draw it, and I'll set up a thing. I'll set up a thing on my Twitter that you can pin to after this. So, and then next week, before the show, I'll get everything ready. So let's say by next Monday, 10 o'clock, you have to have your stuff in and sent to my Twitter or my email. I'll get it all ready. Hey, Bethany. And we can have a straw poll for who wins. Out of all the people put in, I'll show the pictures and all that. But in other exciting news, this morning, I went down to a printer and let me show this off. I am going to be getting the first part of my trading cards done. There will be more in this set. There's going to be 100 in all, but I'm getting the first set 7 printed out. This is the back of card number 1. I've got to do some alterations, just make things a little smaller so they fit on the cards better. So by sometime this week, I should have 100 of each of the first 7 characters. So this is the Canadian Shield, card number 1. Basic. This is card number 7, Electide. Card number 3, Flame. Card number 4, Insecto. Card number 5, Ozona. Card number 2, Snowdrift. Card number 6, The Wiz. So I'm going to stop sharing for a moment. They will be available sometime this week. I'm going to be selling individual cards for $2. You can get them all 7 together for 10. Give a deal there. If you want them signed, they are going to be $15. So that is some exciting news for this stuff. I hope everybody's going to be interested. And I'm slowly going to be doing some of my other villains and heroes that are supposed to appear in the first year and printing them off to go with this. As you can see, this trading card, well, you can't see now, I'm not sharing. This trading card series is called Beginnings, and it means, the beginning of Cross Comics, the first year and a half. So I hope everybody likes this. So that down. Share my screen again in a second here. As for there is a link in the description to get to some pictures of Leo for the draw along. Let's share. I'll share. There's this one, which got some gradient stuff in it, and then of course I've got. And turn me down a little, and there's a couple other pictures. They're not the best, not as good as that other one, but okay, I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to get on with drawing and stop talking. Well, I won't stop talking necessarily, but so there is some good stuff going on for Cross Comics. I know I'm excited. Hey, Trusty. You missed all the new, well, sort of news. Test Monkey says second edition is going to have power stats so you can do battle cards. Maybe we can work that out. The first edition is supposed to be 100 cards in total, although it's going to be, depending on money coming. Not exactly. He's human. He's just got extra long hair and a beard. Bit of talons. I think I have his bio, so give me a sec. Yeah. And it's, okay, so here we go. Let me zoom in so I can actually read this. Okay. Hey, JP. No, he's not homeless. His name is Leonardo Andrew Lyons. Lyons is spelled Lyons. He's 5'8", weighs 225 pounds. He was a safari tour guide. City of residence is Mobile. He has blonde hair, green eyes. First appearance is Elect Type 2. He has a wife and daughter. Maybe a little bit. I'll read you the bio here quick, try and go over it fast. Leonardo was born into a stable, loving home in Cairo, Egypt. His parents came back to Egypt a year before he was born to care for his mom's sick mother. So Leo's grandmother had been widowed a few years before. In school there, Leo saw pictures of local wildlife and began to take an interest in it. Leo then frequently began to bug his dad to take him to the local zoo, and as they time after time local zoo as they time after time. I gotta correct some of this. Interesting, Trusty. Anyways, where was I? Due to this, he grows up learning about the local wildlife and geographical surroundings, and leads him into a business as a safari tour guide. His business becomes fairly successful. Sometimes while he is starting his business, he meets the woman who is to become his wife, and after 2 years of meeting, they get married. He gets married to her, and they have a child. One day, approximately 5 years after starting his business, while on his tour, one of his tours, Leo sees a lion cub. To entertain the group a little, he stops the vehicle, gets out, and then proceeds to play with the lion cub. A little. In the midst of play fighting with the lion cub, playfully bites him and breaks the skin and licks Leo's wound. Leo thinks nothing of it, but unknown to anyone, companies have been dumping toxic chemicals at a watering hole not far away. Now, only about an hour ago, the lion cub had been drinking from this very same watering hole. Santa Raven got timed out. Watering hole, not far away. Same watering hole. After a few hours after Leo has been bitten, his home, he suddenly becomes very dizzy. His vision becomes blurred and then starts to feel very weak. At this, he collapses, passes out on the floor. After a couple of hours, he comes to and staggers into the bathroom to splash some cold water on his face. When he looks up at himself in the mirror, he is startled by what he sees. His hair has grown so much that it looks like a mane of a lion, and he suddenly has a full beard, and the most unusual of all, his teeth have become fangs. Then at all this, he roars in laughter, thinking how much he now looks like a lion in the face. Shortly after these events, his wife gets home. Minutes later, they get into a heated argument. Leo, seeing himself unable to get across his point, in a fit of uncontrollable rage at the time, he backhands his wife across the room against the wall, quickly exclaims, "What have I done?" Leaps to her side to see if she's all right. She gets up and tells him to get out in a very angry and authoritative voice. Immediately, he leaps towards their balcony door and then through the landing on the railing. He looks back. His wife just glares at him, and with eyes that could kill, he then leaps to the ground and runs into the night. Hours later, he returns home to find a note on the kitchen table, tells that his wife has left, taking their daughter with her to Canada to live with a relation there. A couple days later, Leo leaves for Canada in search of his wife so they can work things out. Hope that answers some questions. Oh, not that erotic. Where is the wound? Probably on his arm, I'm guessing, or leg. Hey, he's got to come in contact with my hero, right? Thank you, Ortiz. And as for his skills and powers here, Leo has limited to hand-to-hand combat skills. However, he has metahuman strength, agility, razor-sharp nails, and fangs, metahuman smelling ability, and night vision. All the abilities are due to the bite from the lion after it licked it. The bite allowing its genetic makeup to merge with his due to toxic chemicals the lion cub had drank. Also, Leo has been trained to track almost anything. Now with his enhanced smelling abilities, he can track anything that much easier. Hello, Jamie Hole. Welcome. Here for the first time. I should get on with my drawing. But I was just going over the history of my character, Leo, for these fine people. So, for those that are new and didn't hear, this is a drawing contest of my character hero. There is a link to on my webpage for his bio, and a couple pictures are on it, so you can get a basics. I gave a look at a couple pictures earlier. In the stream. So you'll have till next Monday, 10 o'clock, to get stuff in. Either on my Twitter or my email. And I will make up a straw poll before the thing, and I'll showcase everybody's picture. and then we can all vote on the perspective. Things. And whoever wins will get a sketch card, not sketch card, they will get one of my new trading cards. I am drawing my character Leo. There is a link in the description. But they will get one of my new, one of the 7 new trading cards that I've made. That is the first 7 in the series. The others will be printed hopefully in the upcoming months. There is going to be 100 cards in the series, that is including the checklist. So they are going to be available to buy for $1.50 each. No, sorry, $2 each, or $10 for all 7 for the ones that are out right now. What else? Signed ones are going to be $15. Signed by me, of course. And it's good to see you in here. It's been a while, Ray. So everybody will have till next Monday at 10 p.m. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to either email or Twitter me. Can we start a Cross Comics Fan Edition show? Sure. Or what do you mean exactly? Yeah, you can do a stream where you're drawing my character for it, for for the contest, or you can have several people who are drawing their version. Cool. Well, thank you very much, Ray. Yeah, 400. Well, right now for the first year and a half, there's only like 100 characters to work with. That's what I'm doing for now. That's just heroes and villains. That's not including supporting cast. The closest I have to action figures at the moment, Joseph, is these figurines. I have done the Canadian Shield. It's a 4-inch figurine. Hey, that's only to start out with. Only 100 of each. That's 7. Well, that's 7 characters. That's 700 cards. And I was trying to do a Man Like Cougar version of it, but I have stopped short. I could do one of those $25. I've got several ones that are white, nothing on them yet. Man. So if you wanted to buy one for 25 bucks a figurine, they're not the best, but it's what I've got for now. So we are drawing my character Leo. Not quite, Joseph. I took Metalhead here from X-Men 2099. I 3D scanned them, altered them a little bit. No, not Leo the Ninja Turtle. Leo from my character. Anyways, altered them a little bit and 3D printed them up at my local library. Although some of these were printed off by a friend on his 3D printer. And maybe once I get a 3D printer, I'll get a model to do a better version for me. Although he's got somewhat of one done, pay him for that, and maybe I'll end up printing off more and do that. He is not. This is as in Leo, the lion from the Zodiac. Yeah, well, no, there are a few things wrong. Like his butt is fairly indented. Shouldn't be. No, that's Canadian Major Make Me Laugh. I mean, Maple Leaf, Manny's character that is syrup powered. No, I didn't. I did my line. I did my skeletal structure. That's the foundation for me. Yes, there is a hockey team here, which probably most of you have heard of, the Toronto Maple Leafs. And for a lot of people joke and call them the Toronto Make Me Laughs. So when I hear something like what Manny thought of, Major Make Me Maple Leaf, I thought of that. And thank you, Bullet. Yeah, what about they do know some bits about Canada, just not the good parts. And some of them might know about hockey, the ones that follow. Mandy me.
Hey there.
Hey, Lorenzo. Hold on. Let me put my earphones in. Move my figurines.
Did you get those headphones on or earbuds in?
Yeah, yeah, they're in now.
I just wanted to tell you that the Make Me Laughs sounds nothing like Make Me Laugh sounds nothing like Maple Leafs. You guys need to do better there in Canada. You guys had John Candy. So I
Yeah,
can't
it's
even
been a
tell
running.
you.
I don't know who made it up. I didn't make it up, but
Yeah.
it's
Well, I
been
could
a
say,
it's
I
a
guess
running
since it's
joke.
old, yeah, I guess since it's already a joke, and then he comes up with a character with the same name that
Uh,
as a bad hockey team. Do they like lose a lot?
yeah, well, they have this. I think I don't follow hockey that much, but I think they have this tendency of getting close to the finals or getting in the finals and losing.
That's oh, I think that's happened to the Lions a few times in football. I mean, they've made or they've like they'll end up like with a good like end up with some good quarterbacks or something, but they might make it up to the final, but they never made it to the Super Bowl. Never, never.
Uh, I don't know why John isn't here. He
It's
has
soul
the limit.
crushing if you ever watch them. It's
Yeah.
you know.
Hold on. I'm just answering Santa
Oh,
Raven.
sorry.
I don't know why John isn't here, Santa Raven, but he does have the link. So you have to ask. Don't ask me. You ask John why he's not here. Okay.
Oh, sorry about that. I haven't
No
had
problem.
much caffeine.
Because it's not Wednesday, Joseph, Josh, the Pope girl.
Who's Josh the Pope Girl? Is that
I
Joshua
think
or somebody else?
I think it's Joshua.
Wow.
Joshua has lots of alter egos.
Yeah. Well, I guess
If
it.
you
Go ahead.
if you haven't
Oh
noticed.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I guess it boosts the number of channel viewers that you get per episode and
Yeah.
subscribers. Yeah, you could like end up with like hundreds of subscribers, and all of them could be Josh.
I don't think he's got that many. I think he's got like 5 or 10, 10 or may. I don't think he even has 20 yet.
Well, there's always something to aspire to in life.
Yeah. Joshua
I don't
out
know how to
there,
keep
how,
track of
how
all
many
this.
how many do you have? How many alt accounts do you have? If you're willing to answer that question, let's see what else we got. Test Monkey says, I miss Crazy Ray. Ah, draw Trudeau giving 10 million to unknown terrorists. No, thank you. I don't want to get demonetized. Oh, one sec, I'm not monetized. But yeah, Trudeau's a moron. Didn't even let that thing go through the courts. He's just like, oh, we can do it. Let's see. Joseph says these. We should go to Doug Tenafly's channel and do a cross comics raid. Tenafly, who's Tenapo.
Dirtworm
Yeah.
Duck, creator of
Yeah.
Veggie Tales, and Earthworm Jim, Bigfoot Bill.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, you probably figured out who he was after you.
Yeah.
Yeah, after you. Yeah, that's a possibility. People could do that if they want. I don't know if
Yeah.
he'd get upset or not.
Why would he get upset? It's views and likes.
That's true. He seems to. Yeah, he doesn't seem like the sort
You
of.
just make sure you do a hashtag Cross Comics raid.
Yeah.
Hashtag likes from Cross Comics.
What are you drawing there?
Leo, my character Leo.
Well, what is he? What sort of? What's okay? Who is he? I mean, who is Leo? What sort of attributes does he have? What sort of?
He's got lion-esque abilities, cat-like abilities. Because he's, I've used the zodiac symbol, Leo the lion.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was just hoping you'd draw the Zodiac killer. I'm just joking. I don't like celebrating serial killers.
John says, I will say Cross Comics is upset you are challenging his time slot. Yeah!
Yeah, I'm still. I need to drink some coffee. I was up late talking to John and Kat, and of course, brother Bullet. Well, they're all brothers and sisters in the Cult of Raven. Fellow. Well, I'm not saying things right today. I'm having trouble stringing my words together.
Hello, JC Art and Animation. I'm not sure who that is, but he says at ERTs, thank you. So he's thanking. Just make sure anybody new, please subscribe. We thank you for your coming here. Love having new people. IKR, how can he stream when Rick is?
Popefire was talking on her stream about how she made some artist put pants on Skunk Girl. She thought a dress was like immodest for some reason. I don't understand. It used to be women wore dresses and not pants.
Oh no, it was she did that to Gary Shipman. Gary Shipman put pants on Skunk Girl for I think it was his commission for Manny. So it must have been that. And it wasn't a dress. She had like on a bathing.
It was Gary Shipman. Gary Shipman's the Christian who I think seemed pretty devout. Yeah. So I couldn't imagine him drawing anything. I don't know. then the funny thing is Jiminy Cricket drew Popefire. but without any pants. And I was watching him drawing it, and it's like you know the Pope Fire, Starfire hybrid that she uses her avatar.
Yeah.
And I was just watching him draw it, and I didn't say anything. I just figured it'd be more entertaining for her to see it. Yeah. And I didn't know what he was planning on doing with the character. I thought I might eventually put pants on or something, but he didn't.
So you're saying the character got pantsed?
Something. I thought that was funny. Yeah, I don't even know what he. I don't know if he was doing that to troll her or if he forgot the pants or what the deal was. I don't even know if she was wearing a skirt. But it's it's just the penciling, so maybe it looked different when it's inked. I just thought it was great. It was funny.
Cool. Let's see. Well, which is it, Rick? Okay, what was that question too? For which is it? I forget what you're talking about, Joseph. Josh, the Pope Girl. Trying to
So the
link
guy,
it. Oh, what did you want me to link? Test Monkey? I'm just trying to figure out. Unfortunately, I say stuff, people respond, and I forget what they're responding about.
oh yeah, there's that delay that throws everything off.
Yeah, especially if you're like, 30 seconds down. It's like, what did I say 30 seconds ago?
And there's probably even a split second delay between you and I. So, and then
Yeah.
by the time you read, then you're reading the chat. It's confusing. But
Yeah.
there's a Josh the Pope girl, and then there's
Josh the Pope Crow.
and then there's a woman Joshua, but I don't know
Oh.
if they're both Joshua.
Oh, he was at Test Monkey was asking JP to link Doug's channel, and so
For a while there, Pope Raven was using not Joshua on Twitter, so I don't know if that's not Joshua on YouTube or if not Joshua is somebody else. Not Joshua Hughes account.
Santa Raven says, "My Leo looks better, Rick. You should restart with a better foundation."
I like how you drew up that the character, and used the foundation. Everybody liked it, and then you just set it aside and didn't know if you'd do anything with that character. You didn't finish it or anything. You just kind of left it in this state of not having a face.
Yeah, it's proto form.
This looks too good. I'm going to set it aside. Everybody likes it.
It didn't look that good to me. It didn't look to me, it looked nowhere near as good as a lot of the stuff I do nowadays.
Well, it was really, it's the thing is that style looks bad at first, and then people, if they erase lines and stuff and they add different stuff, they start complaining, and it's like, wow, this looks really cool. But I mean, I've seen people like they're like, oh, you should draw it this way, Rick. And at first it looks like garbage, and then it's like, oh, I see why they're using that foundation. Because it looks so artificial at first, with all those different lines through it, and it looks like some geometric pattern. And it doesn't. But that's kind of the cool thing about watching people draw. People who don't draw like watching that. They're like, well, this looks like garbage. No, it looks wonderful, and kind of fun little trick.
Well, for me, it doesn't matter whether I see somebody do the foundation stuff or not. That's me, everybody.
I think it makes it more accurate, though, as far as the proportions. Again, it's just as somebody who after watching people do that, I've seen why they do that. But it does look really strange at first. I gotta admit that. It looks a little creepy seeing all these lines and stuff. It's got that uncanny valley effect at first. And man even leaves those lines on sometimes, just because it's kind of neat to look at.
Yeah. Well, I personally wouldn't want art. If I had inked art, I wouldn't, finished art. I wouldn't want those lines in.
It's only good if you like to see how the sausage is made, so to speak. If you don't like that on the finished product, if you're not looking at it to see what technique they used, then it's like you definitely want that erased. If you don't want, if that's not if you're not interested in that.
Model saying anatomy is overrated. Anatomy isn't overrated. I'd never say that. That's one of the things I need to learn more. I need to learn my anatomy way better. And that's probably one of my biggest flaws in my drawing. I don't know my anatomy well enough.
I thought that's the purpose of laying down that foundation.
Not to me. Because that's just, possibly to get, maybe get your leg length right or whatever.
Yeah, that's extremely important to the anatomy. You don't want to have one guy. You don't want to have like someone with like crooked legs or something, or that arm that was way off of the. It like looked like the person's arm was broken.
you know,
And that's the thing is, it didn't look like it to you because you're the one who drew it that way, but everybody else was saying it was off.
Yeah.
I noticed it. It was like, wow.
Well, then again, Manny has even said that when he got my drawings of my real stuff, they looked way better in person than, over the net. So the thing is, I'm seeing stuff here that you guys aren't necessarily seeing out there for whatever reason. So maybe it's better, maybe it's not. I don't know. But from what I could tell, from me being
I don't
ready
know.
to
That
hear
seems
you.
like kind of a backhanded compliment. It's like, yeah, they look way better than in person.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he meant anything bad by it. I think it's just
No.
the screen does kind of distort things, and
Yeah.
I think things are clearer in Google Hangouts than they are on my screen. I don't know if it's due to my internet speed or what.
JP, the net makes me look fat because I am fat.
Well, people looked like 10 pounds heavier on television.
Yeah, that's
Something
what
like
they
that.
say. That's been a saying for years.
Yeah, John Candy was like really just a light guy. He was a skinny guy, but he looked big on TV.
Yeah, they'd only add it like 100 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the model says Lorenzo makes a good new Brandon.
Oh no.
I'm not sure whether this is a good thing. Santa Raven says maybe it's Rick's camera that makes his art look so bad. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm just going by the one thing Manny said. So, when he got my stuff that he bought a few weeks ago. So
is that Jesus you're drawing?
No, this is.
Does he have like a beard and stuff? I can't tell.
Yeah, it's a beard.
Okay. And it's not Jesus?
No, it's my character Leo. He's got, full mane of hair.
Is he dirty hippie?
No, he was a tour guide in Africa, Egypt, Egyptian safari or whatever, safari tours, but he got bit by a lion that had some radioactiveness or toxicity, and it licked his wound, so it passed on some genetics. I know this is crazy stuff, it's comic books. What do you expect?
So is he like Egyptian or Canadian?
He is Egyptian. Well, he's Egyptian, but I think his parents probably might have originally came from Canada. I'm not sure, or their family might have originated. I know I say his parents moved there, but a year before he was born. So,
are all of your characters from Canada?
Not all.
Okay.
My radical warrior lives in California. He's a surfer dude, eh? Bethany's saying, I don't think they have a safari in Egypt, Rick. JP says, not anymore since this happened. Well, nobody knows it was because of why it happened, except you people, now that I've told you.
Do California surfers really say
Probably some, not all.
He's a Canadian surfer. Do they have surfers in Canada?
I'm sure we do on the east and west coast.
Wondering about the climate.
Well, at least in Vancouver area, you got to remember it doesn't snow there. It rains a lot, but it doesn't snow.
Interesting.
Yeah, parts of BC don't get snow. It just rains a lot. I found this out a few years ago, and it's like I want to move to BC. Yeah, I want to move to Vancouver. Bullet Pete is saying yes, people surf. He's from the Canadian East Coast, so they can surf in the summer. Test Monkey says, Charlie, don't surf.
Oh, so that's on the West Coast then?
What?
West Coast of Canada? British Columbia?
Yeah. But I believe Bullet is on the East Coast of Canada.
Oh, I see.
And Maggot T. Joshua says, do people smurf in Canada? I guess it depends on what you mean by smurf.
Is that a dance?
It's just Smurfy to me. Argo says, I channel Smurf. Test Monkey, it's where Bigfoot lives.
Why doesn't John Dillard come on here?
I don't know. Ask John Dillard. Don't ask Rick Piper.
So did you kill Brandon and bury him in the backyard, or what happened?
I don't have a backyard.
Oh.
I just threw him in the dumpster.
Oh, okay. Well, that explains it. What was that? Was that
John says. Go ahead.
Oh, what was that movie where they killed some people and buried them in the tomato field?
I have no idea.
And I think everybody likes tomatoes.
Hey, Jake Gatekeeping John, he's got the link. It's in my group thing for coming on. And John says, don't ask John Dillard por nada bendijo. I don't know. Don't ask for nothing, I guess. Don't ask John Dillard for nothing.
Oh, sorry. I think it was fried green tomatoes. Good movie. But I think I gave away the end or something.
Language. Why am I not in the group? You've never said that you've wanted to come on, Santa Raven. Are you willing to come on a regular basis? Or willing to come on ever? I'll send you the link.
I don't think I've seen Santa Raven. I've never seen Santa Raven on any stream. Santa Raven talks about going on streams, but always refuses to and comes up with some sort of joke excuse.
If he is willing to come on, I've got no problem sending the link.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's kind of a running gag.
Santa Raven says, yes, I'll come on if Kat's on. She's probably at work right now.
Well, yeah.
I don't even know whether she's in the chat. Bullet says, Nasser just talked to me in the chat about his 3-pager in Tales from Beyond the Gate. John.
Is Nasser promoting the book? Or Nasser? I don't know.
I guess he is.
Huh. That's good.
John says, "I'll come on if Santa Raven goes on." So this is now all hinged on Cat. Where is Cat?
Yeah, I don't know.
Cat of 9 tails. Cat has 9 tails to tell.
I'm gonna get some coffee. I'll
Okay.
be right back.
Well, it says she was on John's stream last night, Raven. Good one, Rick. Okay, what did I say? I think it was something about Cat. I will also go on if Cat, Pope Raven, John, and Bullet join. So it's all, most of this is dependent for Megateen Joshua on Cat, who is probably at work at the moment. So tomorrow, I'm going to do my sort of independent thing because I want to get my Daffy Duck drawn as Duck Dodgers because that is the Gary Art Challenge. Maybe I'll do it sometime today and just film it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Oh, and I got my ticket for Avengers Endgame today. So I'm going to be going to see, Endgame when it comes out in 2 weeks or so. J Potts Bethany. Rick, that looks like a homeless man. Nah, he might look a bit like that because, when he comes to Canada, he doesn't really have anywhere to stay, He's coming tracking down his wife. I don't know where he's staying when he does that. It's not like he lives in Canada. He has a home at thing. My Leo is better. Well, let's see. While we're doing things here. Twitter. 3 notifications. Let's see. We will home.
Where'd you go, Rick?
I'm right here.
Oh, you're hiding.
No, I'm just doing here is Twitter feed for cross comics. fan art contest. Subject Leo. Here, let's see. Here is Twitter feed for Cross Comics fan art contest. Subject Leo. I just tweeted it out. I'm going to go onto my page and see if there's a way I can pin that to the top of my page. Pin to your profile page. Yes. Okay, so it is pinned to my profile page. If you go in there, you can find it. So if you want to put your thing. Okay, so we are going to be back drawing. Okay. You're drawing Leo. John. This week's thing is Leo. There is a link in my description for the character's bio and a couple pictures of him on my thing. What thing? What are we drawing?
Are you sure he's not supposed to represent Jesus? There's a guy with a beard with a lion, and he is named after the constellation Leo.
Yeah, well, they're usually signs of the zodiac, and most people.
Yeah, but
Although there's been something in the past that the zodiac has been used for good, but most people associate it with evil now, fortune telling, if you will. So they do not associate it with Christianity. So the zodiac characters are bad guys.
wasn't the lion a Christian symbol? I mean, in the past, like in like C.S. Lewis. It what was that? The what was the lion? He was the Christ symbol. In the
the Lion of Judah.
Yeah, Lion of Judah. And what was his character's name?
You're thinking
Narnia?
in Aslan.
Aslan, yeah.
But
So,
see,
yeah, it's based on the Lion of Judah, yeah.
But see, there's also been, the devil has been, called a roaring lion seeking who he can devour.
Oh, here's something really, really weird. It might blow your mind if you haven't heard it before. So Lucifer. It means are you familiar with like
Angel of Light?
Yeah, but that's
the morning star.
Yeah, but do you know Jesus is also referred to as like the son of the morning?
Yeah,
and that translated into Latin is Lucifer.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah. So people have these big gotcha videos about the Catholic Church because there's this old hymn that mentions Lucifer, but they're not talking about this. They're not talking about the fake, star or whatever.
Yeah.
The son of the. Are you like are you familiar like the story about the king of Babylon? I think he was making himself out to be a god.
Yeah,
and I think he was also referred to as Lucifer.
Okay, one sec. Santa Raven on my page on Twitter. You can post it there. All right.
So I don't know. Maybe this is thing. Maybe Jesus is like the real son of the morning, or what was it? The morning star. What's he referred to? And
I forget the exact quote is.
Like Satan and the King of Babylon are the fake versions.
Yeah.
Because Oh, but I think it's also
Oh, I think Jesus is the bright and morning star.
yeah,
Where
but it's the same. It's like the same same word in a lot of languages.
yeah, but
Morning
see,
star or shining one. It's also the planet Venus.
yeah, but what I mean is the bright and morning star can be different than son of the morning star.
Yeah, I'm just saying that when they say sun in the
Yeah.
morning and the morning star, I think it's the same word in Greek and Hebrew.
Well, I wouldn't think sun and bright would be the same. So Jesus is the bright, more.
Light bringer. See,
Yeah,
Jesus is a real light bringer.
yeah,
He's not the
yeah.
only one. But Satan has the ability to deceive and turn himself into or
An
make
angel.
himself look like an angel of light.
Yeah,
I just thought it was interesting because, and I think that's something that gets lost in translation is
yeah.
that there is that it's Satan's being called Satan and the king of Babylon are being called that mockingly because they're not really
Yeah,
angels of light.
yeah. Jesus is the bright and morning star. Whereas
Yeah, yeah.
I think Satan is son of the morning star. In other words, sort of son of Christ. In that,
Oh, I see.
I could be wrong.
And
You know, and by son they just mean I would think they would mean creation of, Christ or creation of God.
the Hebrew word is Hillel.
Yeah,
I'm not sure the Greek word.
yeah. I'd look stuff up at the moment, but I'm trying to get this done.
I, yeah, Wikipedia has this long. But
Well,
I found it out. I figured it out though by watching. I'd watched a video before, and it was an old hymn, and they were talking about the Jesus being light bringer. But
uh, no, I don't think that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to figure out I'd say the the difference. What the two differences,
yeah,
John? Why are both referred to as morning star?
because somebody could come along and see that, and then just lose their faith in Jesus if they don't understand that they're not saying that Jesus is Satan. Because people like to pervert that, and there's a lot of things like that are twisted around, and if people never point that out, they might get the wrong impression. It's like people used to like worship the planet Venus, and I think what the Bible might be saying is that Jesus is the true bringer of light, not the planet Venus, not Satan, not all these false idols. There's a lot of subtle things like that don't get translated properly in English.
I have test. Let's see, Revelation here in context 22:16. Um, I have sent Jesus, mine angel, to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and offspring of David, and the bright and morning star. So he's called the bright and morning star.
It'd be cool if they had like a put the Hebrew and Greek words there, like
Yeah,
in the margins, because there's a lot of things
because I looked up morning star on thing. This is King James, and there's only like 5 references. So
I missed the last thing you said. There's only
there's only 5 references
okay.
in at least King James to morning star. The first one that I read from was Revelations chapter 22. Forget what verse. I just went to Revelations 2. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron as vessels of potter, and shall be broken to shivers. Even as I received my Father, I will give him the morning star. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says unto the churches. So I'm not sure what that means. Whether that, see, there's
Yeah.
the bright morning star. Now there's just morning star. The other ones, Nehemiah says, so I'm just reading I'm not reading in context necessarily here. So we labored in the work, and half of them held the spears from the rising of the morning till the stars appeared. So that's not, and then there's Job, when the morning stars sang, and all the sons of God shouted for joy.
Well, stars were
That's
also
Job
angels,
38.
right? Didn't the word star also
Um,
mean angel back in the Old Testament times?
I don't think so, because I think it's literally talking about the stars that God put in the
Oh,
sky,
okay.
because there was a time from what I've heard, that when the firmament was there, or part of it, that it picked up the harmonics of outer space, and it came to be a beautiful melody or something like that. It's referred to many times like that sort of thing in the Bible. Um, and then Amos 5 says, seek him that maketh the seven stars into Orion, and turneth the shadows of death into morning. So again, that's not going with anything. The only thing is, I'm just going to switch over to NIV and see whether there's any other versions. Yeah, there's 6 here. I just want to see what's going on in the chat before. I have no idea how sleeve stocks. They're not. That's not what he's saying. I think people somehow get it confused then for this whole thing about Morningstar, because there's a couple other references. Isaiah in the NIV says, in chapter 14 verse 12, says, how have you fallen from heaven, morning star, son of the dawn?
That was
You
the
have
King of
been cast.
Babylon. The King of
Pardon?
Babylon. I think it was the King of Babylon. Sorry to interrupt. King of Babylon said that he was ruling by that he was like a god.
Yeah.
And they're saying that he's going to be overthrown.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to interrupt.
Isaiah, like I said, Isaiah, how you have fallen from the heavens, morning star, son of the dawn. You have been cast down to earth. You once laid low the nations. Now that's, again, that would be referring to Saint, or Lucifer. So bright morning star.
But a lot of Bible scholars say it refers to King of Babylon. They couldn't say we're going to overthrow the King of Babylon, because somebody would, or God's going to overthrow it, because then they'd be arrested and killed. So so that King of Babylon said he was like a star or a god or something.
Yeah.
No, maybe Satan has a similar story. Maybe Satan has a similar story to be talking about both. I mean, some people
it's a bit hard to tell, but I would say morning star just might refer to Satan, but bright and morning star refers to Christ.
Well, in Latin, it's all translated as Lucifer. That's what I'm saying. It's not that it's a Latin word. It's not. It's not the original translation. So people just use the word Lucifer in English for Satan, but it actually just means morning. It means morning star.
Yeah.
So, like, depending on the context in Latin, obviously in English you don't want to say Lucifer and it could and refer to anybody but Satan.
Yeah,
it's just weird how things.
We also got to remember sometimes names meant something in thing. So maybe the name Lucifer does mean morning star,
Yeah,
but that's different than
in a
just.
different in Latin. Not
Well,
yeah.
I'm not even saying in Latin. I'm just saying in general. Like, how many times do you see it in Genesis? Oh, I'm going to name my child this because of this reason. You know, so
Yeah.
that then becomes associated with that name. It's like
Yeah.
that even Rick or Richard means, the lion-hearted, or some type of ruler or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
or we have different meanings for names. So just because somebody is named Lucifer and it also means morning star doesn't mean morning star necessarily means Lucifer.
Well, there was also a tendency, and it doesn't sound nice, but in the Bible they did sometimes mock people in the
Yeah.
Bible,
Yeah.
and they'd mock Satan sometimes. I
Yeah.
think so. I think maybe it was just like mockingly saying that he was a false,
Yeah.
that he wasn't God, that he was
Yeah.
pretending to be.
Yeah.
And the
Well,
same thing with that
it
King of Babylon.
does say he comes as an angel of light too. So
It's so weird. People don't realize, like a lot of people don't realize just how multi-layered and how things can be interpreted in more than one way. And it might have even been written. Something could be written to be interpreted. It could have one truth and it could have a second truth to it.
yeah. Well, I know prophecy. From what I've heard in Jewish custom, usually was doubled. Usually, it had something to do with the close present, and then something to do with the far future.
Well, that would make sense if we're talking about that star being kicked out of heaven. That could have to do with because Christians often say that with Lucifer, but attribute to Lucifer, but it could also be seen as that God's going to overthrow this king too.
Yeah. Joshua's okay, whatever. Next.
Yeah.
So maybe we should try and get on to another topic.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting.
Yes, interesting, and I don't mind talking about it. But
is anybody willing to come on the show and talk about something else?
But if our chat is getting bored by it,
yeah, I'm just saying they can suggest some other topics.
Yeah. Did Santa Raven? Did you post that yet to my Twitter? Or let me see whether Santa Raven posted her Leo to my Twitter. Is it all a tweet?
Oh, that was Magateen Joshua.
Yeah, it was. I just say Joshua because Joshua is Josh. No matter which form, it's still Joshua.
Yeah, but he was in character.
Yeah.
He wants us to talk about Trump, probably. I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, he wants to see what Trump's next. Okay, let's see. No, she put a like, but she did not, or he put a like, but he did not put his picture to it. You aren't reading my comments, Rick. It's just ignoring the chat. Okay. If we were in prison, Rick, I'd protect you from Lorenzo in the shower. Okay. No, I'm just kidding, talking.
Bullet said earlier, Bullet said that we weren't reading his chats. So I see earlier he said, this hobo Jesus you are drawing really needs a visit to the nail salon. Oh, Mega Teen Joshua asked, where's Uncanny Zodiac?
I don't know. Not here.
That's an Uncanny Kodiak reference.
Let's talk about Article. Let's talk about Article 13. Well, that has to do with
the EU.
Yeah.
We need Booster to draw cross comic characters, is what Megateen Joshua said.
Yeah.
I don't know if you read
Santa
that.
Jesus and the Foundation, and Rick doesn't like Foundation. I like that foundation. That's the foundation that we all need. Jesus. JESUS. Do you know the rest? And Trusty said, "Did you mean to post a tweet for Crocs Comics fart art? Did I say fart art?"
Well, Dillard seemed to object to me saying that. He's like, wow, they completely got that last topic wrong.
Okay. No,
it's just because something it sounds like something else in Hebrew or Latin or Greek, it doesn't mean that that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, it's the same, sounds the same. Something can sound bad and not be bad.
Can we edit this? Embed tweet, delete tweet, share. Can't I edit this?
What are you looking at it?
Oh, I'm looking at my thing, and
You're looking at your thing.
I know. On my tweet, I accidentally put the wrong word. I put fart art. Oh, there goes Lorenzo. Oops. Okay, so let's see. Since it doesn't seem to want to allow me to edit it, let's delete the tweet. Delete. And let's, I guess, go to home. Okay, so let's retweet that out as fan art instead of fart art.
You should just keep it that way. More entertaining.
And
that's probably why I got so many viewers.
Pardon?
That's probably why I got so many viewers today.
Yeah. Okay, so now it is corrected. It does say fan art. I don't know, but he's back. Where did you go? Did you disappear into the Phantom Zone?
I was trying to look at the chat, and I accidentally closed the Google Hangouts.
Magazine Joshua said, "You can't edit tweets, Boomer Rick. I thought you used to be able to."
They should add that ability, or add it back. They had it before, because yeah, I'm always having to delete and repost.
So it is corrected now. You can do it for fan art if you've got some fan art for the contest.
What if you have some fart art?
What's that? Just your
fan the term.
Your fan art and you farted on it?
I don't know. It's artsy fartsy. Come on, Rick. That was one of your style puns. That was like one of your dad jokes.
Yeah, we'll have to think about that.
Those big Sleestack talons is what Test Monkey said.
Miss Santa Raven says he posted his Leo. Let's see whether he's lying. Okay, we will show Santa Ravens Leo. Let's see, where is our share page?
Does Santa Raven win? That was the question after that.
Well, seeing as how we're voting next week, and I will put it in, there is Santa Raven's tweet for Leo. A lion with the head of a man.
Interesting.
So Santa Raven wasn't lying, but
Leo.
we'll put a like to it.
We need to bring John and Manny on.
Well, Manny's at work, most likely, and can't come on, so.
Oh, yeah.
Although he's probably listening.
Yeah, that's true. You don't want to get him fired.
Yeah, because then he'd be all fired up.
Well, that wouldn't be bad.
Okay, so we'll go back to not the winner yet. What, John? Just says Rick. Let's see. I'm not on Twitter, or I'd send you one. Test Monkey, you can send it to Rick Piper at crosscomics.ca. For those not on Twitter, they can enter that way. You don't win yet. The poll voting is not till next week. And what somebody will win is a trading card.
A brand new car. You win a car, and you win a car. Do you ever see that? Oprah Winfrey went on one time and gave everybody in the audience cars.
Yeah, because this one is closer to you, John. This one's slightly further away. Maybe he has big paws. He's going to paw you.
I think he's hinting at that maybe you didn't lay down your foundation. You can do what you want. Like, I think though that the audience looking forward to seeing you do that more often.
I think things would come out a lot more awful if I did that.
Well, people.
John says he wants a cash. John says he wants a cash prize instead. Well, what's it like to want, John? Yeah, you can have $5. Not for me, though.
Oh, I can't retrieve that message that Santa Raven. That was a an interesting message.
Oh, what did?
I can't remember now. It was something about the camera. Something about the camera being at an angle, and
oh yeah, it's just
yeah, and also something to comment about the art, the quality of the art.
Geez, I'm just surprised Dillard hasn't tried to steal this character yet.
How long's he seen it?
Well, he's been in here since the beginning of the show, and he hasn't said anything. Oh, this reminds me of my original character.
Oh, the other day he claimed that he owned the rights to all your characters now. Model 316. It looks like the famous Bigfoot sighting photo.
Bullets, you already stole it from us.
Santa Raven says, John draws furries a lot, so I think he will win this time.
Is he furious?
The Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, well, copyright for Canada is upon creation and created all these long ago. Long time ago. Bullet says in our universe he's called Leo Maine. Well, now he's got other people stealing for him.
Do you see John Dillard's recent Canadian Shield that he drew? That guy is ripped. He's ripped. That guy's ripped. He's ripped.
Yeah, he's supposed to be that big. He's not supposed to be that veiny, but he's supposed to be that big.
I wondered what you'd think of that. He's got all those, just all those.
And of course, he's also not supposed to be that angry.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. But I thought it was like just really amazing detail.
Yeah, it's great detail. Bullet says that guy is wrecked.
Remember when you were Rick rolling people the other day?
Yeah.
Was that Manny's show?
Yeah. What about when I was, doing that?
Oh, I just thought you had a lot of zingers that day, and a lot of puns.
You thought I was being really punny?
Yeah, really punny. Alfred Hitchcock was on the Dick Cavett show, and one of them made a pun, and Hitchcock said puns are the highest form of literature. And Dick Cavett didn't know at first, and he's like, then he agreed with it. So if anybody gets on your case about your puns and say you're unpunny, to point them to that.
Well, you really got to think to make them,
Yeah, and if Hitchcock liked them.
Yeah, who's to argue, right?
Yeah, I mean. Gosh, did you watch The Birds?
I've seen it, yeah.
There's just real subtle things that are like, sure, it's supposed to be a horror film, but there's like lots of subtle bits of comedy in there. It's deliberately quirky. Like the guy, like even the guy lighting up the cigarette and the whole thing blowing up. Sure, that wouldn't be funny in real life, but it was just kind of funny in the movie. And that makes me sound sadistic.
Let's see. Can either of you give us a haiku? I've heard them. I probably know what they are somewhat, but I forget exactly what they are.
I could probably give you a limerick, but we can't say it on here.
There was a girl from Nantucket.
A girl. That's an interesting variant of that.
I thought that's what I heard. Star Trek.
There once was a lady from Venus.
Her legs were shaped like.
How did they go? I think I ripped off Elf. Once was a man from Venus. There we go.
So yeah, sometime today I gotta correct a few things on my um my template on my things for my characters, and probably today or tomorrow morning I will have them started printed. So probably by Friday. I'm hoping Thursday afternoon I can go pick up get it done today and go get them picked up for Friday.
What are you picking up? Sorry about that.
John started. Oh, my trading cards.
Oh, that'd be great.
The beginning of my trading cards, and they're going to be $1.50. $2 each. And
are you selling that in the one that's that Incredible Hulk card?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, no, it's not Incredible Hulk. It's Canadian Shield.
Are you sure about that, Rick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks exactly like the Canadian Shield.
There once was a man from Nantucket was nominated as a good article, but did not meet the good article criteria at the time. That's Wikipedia. That was from 2006. I don't think they might not have been able to salvage that article.
So John apparently started a stream with Kat. Santa Raven said, "Bye, Rick." Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. I guess we lose all our viewers then.
Yeah, I'm going to check that out and see if that's true. Yeah, I don't think he's really live. But he left out that video from 12 hours ago.
He's like, I did what now? Said Dillard. I don't know. Oh, Santa Raven retracted the message. Santa Raven tried to say you were doing a stream with Kat. Said you were getting all catty. I go Twitter. It's really good quality. Okay, let's see. Let's see, Joshua. Let's. Oh, that don't count. Joshua. Okay, we'll show. I think this is trademark infringement as well as copyright infringement. Joshua, this does not look like Leah. Looks like Lionel. So yeah, I think I'll go through these every day, upload. Raven attached at the comment to her.
Oh, that's great.
She was killing it.
Oh man, I'm gonna retweet that. That's free publicity. Even bad publicity
yeah
can be good. It can be used to
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
I think I'll go through these at each beginning of each stream. The new stuff. Okay, so stop sharing. Thundercats. Same thing, I thought. No, not quite the same thing. One's an alien from outer space who's never come to First Earth. I wonder if we'll get any serious entries over the next week.
What's the entry for?
What for the contest? For you do win a one of my new things, little trading cards, and you could win a Canadian Shield one. You can win a Flame one. You could win an Electide. You could win Insecto. You could win Snowdrift or the Wiz.
The Wiz?
Says, yeah. He's he's a technology whiz. He's a whiz at technology.
Okay. I was just thinking about that Michael Jackson what's it called, Over the Rainbow, that oh gosh, I'm blanking out today. With Dorothy and stuff. They made a remake called The Wiz.
Oh, hello, Elric. Elric is in the chat. Bullet says, I will if I have time, right? Cool.
You've never seen that, the movie The Wiz?
The Wizard? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's The Wizard of Oz. But
Wonderful, wonderful Wiz is, could refer to a wizard.
But the 1978 version was called The Wiz.
Oh, okay.
And I just remember being very disappointed when I saw it. It was a flop at the box office.
So Elric is saying hello to you, Lorenzo.
Hey, Elric. Good to see you.
So Elric,
I like the song.
Yes. Just in case you don't know, today starts the first Cross Comics Fan Art Challenge. My character Leo here. There's a link in the description to my page, to a page where there's the bio plus some pics of him, and for over the next week you can put in on Twitter on my page. Each person only gets one entry, but you can put in some fan art for this character. And next Monday, we'll vote on it right away. And whoever wins will be getting a trading card from me of one of my characters. I have 7 that are going to get printed, started printing today or tomorrow. And as I get more and more of them done, I'm going to get more and more of them printed off. There will be 100 in the series when I'm done. That includes the checklist. So, Yeah, well, it's up to you when you do it. You got a week to do it, so and put it in. Anybody's got a week till next Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That way I can get some stuff ready for the show beforehand.
How many people have the link to your Hangouts?
There's 33 people in that group, so.
Okay, yeah. And yet they're just, it's. Well, he was asking a question. That was actually a good question. I'm just thinking that would be like cool if he came on, or Bullet, or
yeah. Well, if Bullet wants to come,
if Bullet's been on your show, I don't know if he has or hasn't, or John Hillard, or.
Well, John's got the link for sure. If Bullet wants to come on, I'd be more than willing to give him the link.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mean to volunteer people who.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I should put passion for drawing in that group. I haven't yet, so maybe I will in the next day or two or today. There's some people that I haven't got in there that I probably should, and I've thought about taking people out, but I'm like, you know what? If they show up, fine. If they don't, fine.
Well, that was the interesting thing is Manny had a day, the Free for All Friday, and that was one of the most entertaining streams in a while that I thought. I thought that was hilarious. But then again, that shows what a good host Manny is, that he can have these people popping in randomly and have it work out like that.
Yeah. Now let's see. I got 2 requests from my buddy Revan. And then Bob wants me to draw an animated character. I miss Bob. I haven't seen him in a few days. Yeah, he comes in and out. Sometimes he's here, sometimes he's not. Or sometimes he's here for about 5 minutes and gone. But that's how such things are.
Yeah, it's good that he visits, though.
Yeah. I just thought I'd let you know about the contest. It's going to be on every week from now on. It's whatever character of mine that I'm doing on a Monday will be the subject matter. And people can just tweet it to me or send it to my email. So. I just figured I'm trying to do stuff to up the channel's thing. And like I said, I now got trading cards that are available for $1.50, $2 to buy individually, or $10 for all 7. You want a signed one? It's $15.
One thing I really like about your show.
Oh, thank you.
One thing I really like about your show is you're always coming up with new ideas.
Yeah, well, I got this one. I must admit, I got this one from Gary because of his Gary's art challenge. I thought, it's a neat idea.
Yeah, even borrowing ideas, and applying them to your show is that can work. It keeps people interested.
Yeah. Okay, and is that a request? Is what a request? John says, you should draw the indie character, the Canadian Buckler. One day, John. Well, we discover who the real Canadian Buckler is and what he looks like.
Yeah, I'd be interested in your take on the Canadian Buckler. What would he be like if you had told the story? Would you have a Canadian Buckler to begin with?
Well, I hadn't thought of it. John came up with the idea of the Canadian Buckler. I had thought of an idea. I do want a sidekick for the Canadian Shield. I just didn't know who it was going to be. And I'm still not going to say it's the Canadian Buckler.
If you were going to, he took your character and integrating the story. If you took his Canadian Buckler, and how would you portray him, and how would you portray the Canadian Shield, the story. That would be interesting.
No.
No, but you probably haven't thought about that.
No.
It might be interesting. I mean,
Canadian Buckler, if and when he appears in my universe, is like over a year and a half, probably more like 2 years down the road into my universe.
wow, that's that's great. Great answer.
Well, see, the thing is, I have the first year and a half sort of scripted, and I've had that for a long time.
I just wondered if you like had some sort of story how you would handle things, like maybe some guy who wants to be a sidekick but he's not quite up to par.
Yeah, well, I haven't thought of the sidekick. Like I said, I've minorly thought of the sidekick thing. Like here, let me share my screen here.
Because you said that scenario was wrong with the Canadian Buckler and the Canadian Shield, like the person being there by themselves to prove themselves, and then somebody dies. That's not how the Canadian Shield would let happen.
Well, the Canadian Shield could have letting happen and not letting it happen and not letting it happen. It's two different things. It's there's lots of stuff that we wouldn't let that happen if we could. But I'd say the Canadian Shield would have been able to move fast enough to stop that guy, from putting that the knife into the neck of the woman.
What if he had arrived way too late? Yeah. How would he respond to the Buckler not being able to save her? Would he really just like turn his back on the guy and
No, he wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But as you can see here, this is something that I've had planned for quite some time. Here is, although I don't go up to 60, I had planned to, but okay, first issue, origin. Second issue, where he's traveling from to, who he's taken on. Third issue, where he's traveling from, who he's taken on again. This is the same thing all the way down here for him because he's traveling south, as the first issue says.
What's this?
This is the Canadian Shield outline for what's happening to. Over the first 18 issues, and actually there's 19 issues because you got the power of the coming of the Holy Warriors in issue 19.
Why is he traveling?
Well, he gets initially in the first issue, he gets transported through time. He was originally in Hamilton in his time, but he gets put up way past, very far north in the Ontario. God transports him there, him through time and space. Not only does God transport him from his time to, our present,
he also abandons him there. He makes him walk home.
Well, it's like
it's like God, the same personality as John Dillard.
No. Well, it's more the thing is you don't want to take a guy from 200 years ago and transport him into downtown Hamilton today from downtown. It's the whole culture shock thing.
Okay.
Sort of getting him used to technology and stuff like that, different things, and used to life as it is nowadays.
The bullet says with Manly Cougar on sports.
And 67th issue is where I say a storyline begins for a year storyline.
In fact, I'm not sure if John Dillard or Bullet would just strand somebody miles and miles away as a joke.
Yeah, well, you also remember he's got that suit which allows him to fly, run super speed, and this guy's used to walking, so that's no
Did
problem
God
for
give
him.
him the suit?
Pardon?
Did God give him the suit?
Yeah, God transported the suit from the future to our present for
Oh,
him.
okay.
And an angel appears to him and tells him to travel south. So,
Oh, well, it says he was trans somebody with
so and
Manuel
I
Sugar on sports. Sorry.
So yeah, I have this for like I said, up to issue 19, and then we'll take that off. Save, and then scripts, Snowdrift.
Oh, Santa Raven said, "Good night, everyone," and Dillard. Good night, everyone, and Dillard. Hail, Canadian Buckler.
And John says he's drawing him into the Canadian Shield number issue 1. Well, then it won't be the Canadian issue number 1.
Elric says, "Piper, no swiper. Piper, no swiper." And Bullet and John both said goodnight to Santa
Yeah.
Raven or Pope Raven.
Yeah, Test Monkey says night to Raven. And as you can see here, for Snowdrift, I've got the same thing, who she battles for each issue. I've actually, and if there's an X beside it here, I've actually written that issue.
Oh, that's cool. Well, congratulations on getting so much of that done.
Let's see. And that was Snowdrift. Go over to Flame.
Well, it says you have no say in our original characters, Rick.
Yeah, not in yours, but in mine I do. And here's the Flame again. And as you can see here, I've got quite a few written. I've got up to issues. I got up to 12 issues written for the Flame.
There might be a difference between Canadian and U.S. copyright laws that could cause an international incident.
Yeah. And heck, even with the Flame here, issues 19, I've got what happens, issue 17, and then issue 19 and 20, Team Supreme are parts 2 and 4.
Test Monkey says, "I stole your homeless theme, Raven." Not sure what that's about.
Neither here. So, like I said, I've got this for the basic. Here I've got here's Insecto up to issue 5. But as you can see, I've got stuff planned out and have had it played. These have been planned out for quite some time. Now we'll stop sharing. Email my version. Okay. Test Monkey says he's emailed his version. Let's see. We'll go into our email. And then we'll see what's being said. Okay. Okay, like I said, I'd like some serious versions. I will show all these joke versions for sure. But here is Test Monkey's homeless version. Woo, Albert got something in the mail. So there is Test Monkey's homeless version. Took a lion's head and put it on a homeless man. Okay. These people don't want to do. This is going to be a butt of jokes for a while. But I don't care. Lion Zero. Oh. Okay, so it's Bigfoot Bill. Okay, so it has been 2 hours. I've got mine done here. So hopefully everybody will actually do a serious version at some point. But it has been good for you. Been good doing this with you guys. So you want to say any shilling for yourself before we take off? Oh.
So I'm Lorenzo Sleestak. I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I plan on doing starting my live streams very soon with Rick Piper, hopefully on my first show, and some other people.
Cool. Okay, and I am Rick Piper of Cross Comics. I'll be here all week, and I'll be doing a bunch of, doing my drawings as usual. Please remember to send your versions of Leo to either my email, rickpiper@crosscomics.ca, or, of course, you can do them on my Cross Comics Twitter, which there's a link to in the description. And there's also a link to the webpage where you can get some other pics or get the pics of Leo to have an idea. So thank you very much for tuning in. And remember to share, like, subscribe, comment, all that wonderful stuff that people always say to do, because we want your interaction. Good, bad, or in between. And we will say bye for now. God bless. Hey, Eagle.
Take care.
Little too late. You'll have to watch from the beginning. God bless.
God bless.